But what happened with Wilmington, it was pretty contentious. After all the marches kind of ceased down, a lot of the marchmen ended up.
The Bellamy Mansion is an iconic house located on Market Street downtown that represents Wilmington's history.
Probably result from the coup in 1890.
On the property, visitors will find the slave quarters, where the slaves had bedrooms and bathrooms, the carriage house, where horses and supplies were stored, the garden that Mrs. Bellamy used to grow food and flowers for the family, and of course the main house that the Bellamys called their home. With each part of the property, history is upheld and restorations have ensured that original structures stay intact. The mansion was built before the Civil War by free and enslaved artisans. Dr. Bellamy designed the mansion with the help of his two daughters using antebellum architecture, common of buildings in the Old South.
So that would put the real cost of the house and the property and the furnishings probably upwards of about $60,000. So in today's money, you know, anywhere from $4 to $8 million.
You can see the architecture in the columns and the intricate design across the structure of the house. Bellamy Mansion has stood through both a yellow fever epidemic and through a fire in 1972, which is thought to have been caused by race and integration issues. The Bellamy family witnessed the transition of the means of transportation and saw the city change over the course of time.
Ellen saw the warfare go from the Napoleonic style of the Civil War to the use of the machine gun in World War I to the use of the atomic bomb in World War II. She saw transportation go from horse-drawn buggy to rail cart to automobile to had she survived one more year, she would have seen the breaking of the sound barrier. So it's no wonder that this little girl, this little impressionable girl, wanted to keep everything in the house exactly as it would have been when she remembered it.
Ellen Bellamy, daughter of Dr. Bellamy, lived in the house until her death in 96. She feared her home would be torn down because of the state of deterioration it was in. Almost 40 years after her death, friends and family began to restore the mansion and make her dream of preserving it come alive. In 1994, the mansion was fully opened to the public and tours began. During the tours, visitors get the chance to hear Bellamy family stories, as well as information about the Civil War.
In this structure, because it was in such better shape than the main house, and then another 20 years passed by and it became the opposite, unfortunately.
Gareth Evans, executive director of Bellamy Mansion, believes the house can serve as a focal point for Southern history as a whole.
Yeah, well, because of the time frame, it's finished in 1859 and the house is finished in 1861, about 3 months before the Civil War starts. It's a pivotal moment. Slaves were on this site and lived in that building while they built the big house.
Mm-hmm.
They were also freed on site as well. Emancipation is 1863, so everything and the things that we talk about is right at that time. The entire American society, and particularly Southern, the economy and everything else is about to go completely upside down.
Beverly Tyler, a repeating visitor to the mansion, believes the house is a way to connect to a part of history that we've lost over time.
It epitomizes the rise and deterioration of things over time, and the change of people in periods, and it's a way to capture our history. So while everybody obviously didn't have the money they had, it depicts the way of life.
The Bellamy Mansion has become a landmark in the city of Wilmington. Each day, at least 5 tours are given, and the stories of history and the Bellamy family continue to be told. Chloe Gatton, an information assistant to the public, explains that Bellamy Mansion is different from other historical sites in Wilmington.
People to get together, it's an educational opportunity, and it's different from other museums in the fact that it doesn't concentrate necessarily on the items inside of the property or the stuff, but it actually focuses on the home itself, the building itself, and the grounds themselves. We focus a lot on architectural design and just the design arts in general, so our tours are very much focused on architectural schemes, different trends, and this.
Bellamy Mansion's restorations have encouraged other history properties to start restorations. What was once a home, the Bellamy Mansion now serves as a museum, wedding venue, and location for events.